What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel.
Welcome back.
So, season is right around the corner. I know we got a lot of new gardeners out there that may be confused as to what they can grow right now, but let me tell you something. as ambitious as you may be, it may not be a good idea for you to try to grow every single thing that you think you can grow, right? For some of you probably can handle it, but others maybe not, right? So what we wanted to do is give you guys a head start, kind of give you guys, a little bit of an advantage over the growing season, and give you guys 10 plants that we consider as beginner-friendly plants that you should have a lot of success with growing out this year.
Some quick wins.
Some quick wins, right? Now, what we're leaving off of this list are going to be green leafy vegetables because we like to grow those through the fall and the winter.
We just don't think that new growers would appreciate all the pests that they get. They probably wouldn't want to grow them again.
Yeah.
When it comes to collard greens, cabbage,
the kales, the cabbage,
broccoli
may work.
Broccoli might work.
Might work, but
the other ones that we talked about,
definitely you're gonna have aphids galore among not hornworms.
You might throw them away or give them to the chickens because
just throw the whole garden away. Right? So we're leaving those things off because of that, and because those things do like the cold, they are likely to bolt, and bolt means it's gonna try to go to
seed, and they're not gonna taste as good for you.
Exactly. So what we're gonna talk about are things that are exclusively grown throughout the spring and the summer. Ready?
Ready.
Let's go.
All right, number one, we're gonna give you a flower, and even Corey can agree to this. And the flower is a zinnia. Zinnias are easy to grow. It's my favorite flower to grow because when I first started growing, I could not grow and keep flowers going to save my life. And Corey even talked about me. He's like, why every time you get flowers, they die? I was like, thanks.
I love zinnias. Right now is my favorite flower. And it's because they come in such a variety. I know a lot of flowers do, but they come in such a variety of colors, and I like the shape of it. Is just like, to me, it's just attractive, right? I like it. I like the way it looks, and it is super hard to kill. We're in the desert. So what Keisha did was to attract pollinators to the watermelon area. She planted some zinnias in the containers with the watermelon, and the flowers did really good, right? And once the watermelon plant died, I was like, I stopped watering the container, even though the zinnia was in there. And the zinnia looked like it had died, but it didn't look like it died back. And I thought it wasn't going to make it. I started watering it again because I planted another melon in there, and the zinnias came right back. I was like, and I thought for the length of time that I had gone without watering it, that they were toast. I thought they were done, and nope, came right back, and started putting out new growth and new flowers. I was like, man, this thing. I did a video on it. This flower is hard to kill. I try to put it somewhere about like right here or right there. But I like that flower, and they just last year she planted them around in different areas around the garden. I think they look really nice.
It was nice.
So I really like the zinnia.
The next one we're gonna go with let's do another flower let's do the flowers right by each other.
Okay.
The next flower is gonna be a sunflower.
And yes.
Who doesn't love sunflower seeds? First of all.
First and foremost.
All sunflowers don't grow sunflower seeds, but we like to grow the big ones that have sunflower seeds, and they do so good. We're in the desert, hardly need any water.
Yep.
And they will they will come back. Like we had a whole garden of sunflower seeds that we didn't plant.
Self-seed.
Yeah, they will self-seed.
Once you have one sunflower, you will have them forever.
I think there's one growing over there right now.
I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised. And they grow in all different sizes. We have
colors.
We like she said, we like to go to mammoth ones, but the one we had last year, I keep forgetting what its name. It's basically a sunflower, right?
Are you talking about the bearded? Oh, the bee's knees. The bearded, the golden bearded something. Yeah, we call it the bee's knees because.
Boy, that thing attracts native bees.
You don't need a beehive for that.
Wow.
That is the beehive.
Yeah. That thing was buzzing with bees. And where'd we get them from? Did we even plant those? I know we didn't plant.
Yeah, I planted both of those. I got
the
them
one
from
by the
Nancy.
Hollyhocks?
Yeah, I planted them. I got them from Nancy. I planted every single one of them.
Not bad. All right,
And we're
cool.
gonna have a lot growing this year.
Yeah.
So hit us up for some seeds, y'all.
And we had this last grow season. We had this last spring, we had sunflowers from the previous spring where we grew sunflowers, and they, the head tilts, the seeds fall.
Mhm.
We had a bunch of sunflowers come up through there. I don't know if it's going to come up this year because I've added more layers of compost and manure, and so it may be a little thick now, but yeah, we'll see
They're
what
pretty
happens.
strong.
Yeah,
Pretty strong.
sunflowers definitely.
Next one is gonna be zucchini.
Zucchini. Now this one right here, y'all, for the new gardeners, zucchini is that one. It's that hype man. It's the garden's
Yeah.
hype man. Like
Yeah.
it's gonna tell you you can do it. You
Yeah.
can grow anything.
Yep.
Because it's gonna grow so well and put out so many fruit, and sometimes those fruit gonna be like as long as your arm.
For real.
And they are the garden's hype man, and they would tell you, they would get you motivated, and you feel like you can grow any and everything. But yeah, zucchini and
Zucchini for sure.
yeah,
Grab them.
yeah. We have yet to see anyone fail with zucchini.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Tomatoes, especially the smaller varieties.
true.
Mhm.
But so an example of a smaller variety is going to be like for me, it's like the cherry or the pear.
Yeah, yellow pear.
hmm
Mhm.
They have they just do really well.
He likes to have a snack when he goes to the garden.
Yeah, all that work, you got to reward yourself, man. Right? You get the fruits of your labor, right?
Mhm.
No pun intended. But yeah. So the three smaller ones that I like, that I is it three? It's three. I can't remember the name of
The third one.
the third one,
Mhm.
but which kind of upsets me because I can't get the seeds because I don't remember what it's called. But but the sun gold,
I think.
I think it's the sun gold tomato, the yellow pear. I'll eat those right off the vine out there. Like, those things are so good. And the third one, I forgot what it's called. I'm gonna try to see if I can remember what it's called. But we planted them last year, and
They were amazing.
yeah, didn't even make it in the house, man. I ate all of them right off the right off the vine.
Those tomatoes are so resilient as far as the plant itself.
hmm
Like it could take a lot.
Yeah, I think so.
Mhm.
Especially here, and to me, you can impress me easily if you can withstand this heat
Yeah.
and keep pumping out fruit.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Garlic and onions. I'm gonna say those together because they're kind of the same
Yeah,
in the way you got to plant them anyway.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now this one is typically a winter, fall garden thing that growing thing. We normally plant them in the fall and harvest in the spring. Um, but we're throwing them in because you can grow them
Spring.
in the spring. And I want to actually we've grown them and we've had success with them not bolting in the spring or in the summer when it starts to get hot. So uh, we're gonna give those a shot of growing those through the warmer months also. And honestly, we normally plant our onions depending on what zone you're in, right? Depends on when you're gonna plant a lot of this stuff anyway. But for the onions and for the garlic, we plant those in the fall, harvest in the spring. But the onions we'll get them now, and we'll plant them
Now.
now
And still harvest in
and
the
still
spring.
harvest in the spring, because we get the
Zone specific.
zone specific onions so they grow well for our zone. So by the time we harvest them, we actually get full size onion bulbs. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty good.
Now, some people may think that don't matter, but it
It
made a
def
difference
it
for us.
definitely
For us, it made a
it's
difference.
the difference between having a onion in the way that you're used to seeing an onion and a cankle. I mean, if you like cankles, hey, more power to you.
Next is going to be your favorite, a Kachari melon.
That is not my favorite melon, y'all. Is that we grew a Kajari melon. First of all, the reason why it's on the list is because of the short growing season that it takes, and just overall how easy it is to grow. It's one we started the Kajari at the end of the growing season, maybe September ish, and I think we harvested. I think it's only a 50 or 60-day window, and they don't get very big. They don't get very big, not even a softball size. If you get the softball size, I think you would consider yourself lucky because they do come really pretty small. Um, so that's why they're on our list. They lasted through the beginning of our cold season, the beginning of our fall, and like I said, it only took 60 days to grow, and we got 3 melons off of one plant in that 60 days. But I am gonna say this:
They're nasty.
I can't even say that it's nasty because it didn't taste like anything.
It tastes like nothing. It smelled
It
really
smelled
good.
so good, man. Y'all, it smelled like it was gonna be the sweetest thing ever. The sweetest thing I've ever known. It smelled so sweet, but it was not sweet at all. There was no
No
taste.
taste.
No taste. Right? But I've heard people say that they were delicious, that it tasted like cantaloupe and honeydew, you know. So that's why we're putting it on the list because you may taste it and may love it.
Or there may be different varieties.
Or there may be different varieties and we just didn't get the right one.
Yeah.
But I mean, unique looking melon, but not for us. Maybe for you, but not for us.
We don't want to go by without giving you an herb.
Gotta get the
You
herb,
gotta
man,
grow some herbs.
Gotta get an herb from herbs.
You gotta get herb from herbs. Yep. So our herb for noobs is going to be mint. They say it's invasive.
Yeah.
They say it's invasive, and I like that. I actually like that because I want to see a bunch of green growing in my garden. Like some people complain, but give me all the mint that I can get.
Yeah.
So mint is very easy to grow and it's hard to kill. So that you can kind of show off if you're a new gardener by starting some mint as well. I still have mint, the first mint we've grown in our garden, still growing. It kind of like dies back some in the winter and then it comes back. All right, and next is strawberries.
Strawberries are one of those things where if you're not careful, they can trick you.
Oh yeah, they're a little tricky.
They're a little tricky if you plant them at the wrong time. So for us here in the high desert, we were planting them in. It's a spring vegetable. I mean, spring fruit, right? So
you think plant them in the spring?
Plant them in the spring. They can't handle if they're not well established. They can't handle the sun, this heat. So we were planting them in the spring, and the sun was killing them off every single year. And we did a garden tour out here, and I saw someone on the tour was growing their strawberries right next to their house. And so the strawberries were getting morning shade, afternoon sun. And I was like, oh, so this is the secret, right? So don't give it full sun all day. Because when you're a beginner gardener, you think everything can take full sun, and it can.
In the desert.
Yeah, especially in the desert. We get dry heat. So what we started doing was planting them in the fall, letting them get established through the fall and the winter, come back in the spring, and then they should be good to go for the summer. So if you plant them at the right time, they should do great in your garden. And they're super easy, and they produce fruit. They'll produce a lot of fruit that first year. For us, for us, they produced a lot of fruit. Not some of them, not really large fruit, but a lot, right? For the size plant that it was, they produced a lot. So collectively, the strawberry plants put out a lot of fruit. But yeah, strawberries super easy to grow. Just make sure you plant them at the right time.
And last but not least, well, maybe it is least. I don't know.
Yeah.
Depends on if you like them or not.
Yeah.
Eggplant.
That's another one that will, kind of like zucchini. It's like it's gonna cheer you on in the garden because it's gonna put out a lot of fruit. But so it's super easy to grow. It's really
We've never grown them and not gotten anything.
Exactly. Like multiple fruit off of an eggplant.
It does take a while for the fruit to come.
Yes.
But it's gonna come.
Yeah, it's gonna come.
Yeah.
And it's gonna come easily. Just like I said, just keep it happy, and it's gonna do its thing. My only issue with eggplant is that there's not a lot that I eat eggplant in. So eating eggplant parm, stuff like that. But so it's like I'm not going to grow a lot of eggplant. Like I'm not gonna have like 10 plants.
Because we don't really eat it a lot.
Yeah. So one or two we should do you right, I think. Depending on how much you eat it. One or two should do you right. But once again, another one of those that's really simple to grow. All right, guys. So that's it. Those are our 10 plants, uh, herbs, and flowers
Flowers.
that that we consider really grower friendly, especially for the new gardener. You're gonna have a lot of success out of those 10. Hope that you guys found value out of this video. If you have, please, you know what to do. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Drop a comment below. Let us know what are some of your favorite things that you find the easiest to grow in your garden. We'd like to help, spread that knowledge to the new grower, right? Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We will see you guys in the next video. And here's another one to follow, another video for you to watch to follow us on our gardening journey. Later.
See you in the next one.